So, before we start, I'd like to know what brings you to clapping. Like, what is the reason that you want to learn English? Why you want to improve your English or you want to learn English?
Yes, I want to improve my English because I feel that in some time I become very nervous, and actually I want to improve my communication and also my pronunciation. So I think this is a best
All right.
platform to start
Yeah, but
learn.
for what reason? Like, you have some aim in mind that you want to crack an interview, or you want to, or just for
Yes,
general
uh,
knowledge on general
actually
self.
I completed my diploma degree, teacher degree. So I have to face lot
All
of
right.
students. I have to teach so many students. So
All
nowadays
right. All right.
we have to do everything in English. So if I have good communication,
Yes. All
I'll be
right.
able to teach.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And any particular problem that you feel that you face,
Yes, so
like in
sometimes
any
I become
particular
very
area?
yes, sometimes I become very nervous. Maybe
All
whatever
right.
I'm
And
thinking,
you
words
don't
are
seem nervous now.
no, not now. But if uh, suddenly someone talks to me in English or any stranger, that time I
Talks to
become
me.
very
You should
yes,
say
talks
talks
to
to
me in
me.
English. So I become
Yes.
nervous.
Yes.
So I want
All
to
right. And
decrease
you
this hesitation.
see, so
Reduce this,
that
reduce.
that hesitation is due to being conscious about someone speaking to you, or is it because you don't like particularly feel that you're too good in English?
No, I don't feel that I'm good in English, but
But
I want to learn
I'll
English.
beg to differ.
What?
See, I'd beg to differ. What I mean to say is that while I'm conversing with you, I wouldn't feel that you don't know English at all.
No,
You're
I know
doing a very
English,
good
but
conversation as of now.
uh, but I feel that
Exactly. So you're
sometimes
doing a
I
very good conversation.
okay, thank you. But sometimes I think whatever in my mind, I'm not putting in words because of I don't
All
have
right, all right,
vocabulary
all
or
right. All right. So that is one issue that you face, like putting thoughts into a proper sentence. So now
yes,
we have
yes,
something that we
exactly.
can work with, right? So this is what I wanted to know. All right. So see, it's very simple. The thing is that the more you practice, the more you speak, it will naturally develop. It is nothing like you can learn a certain amount of words and then your English will improve. Because even if I tell you 10 words which you should have in your vocabulary and you just write them or you just read them daily, they won't actually come into your vocabulary. What happens is when you start speaking and you use those words somewhere, that is when it starts developing into your vocabulary. So building vocabulary needs practice, and secondly, putting the thought into your sentence. For that, you need to have conversations. There's no going about it, no other way. Fine. So so today I'd like to see where you stand with putting thoughts into a sentence, and let's do a small exercise, all right?
Okay.
So I see a flower pot behind you. So can you speak on flower pot for a minute? Whatever comes to your mind. Just try and speak about a flower pot.
I love to decorate.
Fine?
Okay, I love to decorate flower pot in
All right.
my house. I love so many beautiful different color flower pots, vessels, and I like to gift also. If I want to gift someone, I will definitely give flower pot because it's look very attractive, fascinating, attract, delightful. So, anything else?
Something more? Yeah, you can go on, you can go on, you can still go on. There's a lot of time in 1 minute.
Yes, flower pot makes you. If you have flower pots in your house, it's uh, it's decorate your house very beautifully.
All right. And something else you would like to add?
It's a positive sign.
All right,
It gives
all right.
positive sign,
So,
positive vibration.
what I basically what I basically understood was that see, you can put your thought into the sentences well, but there's some problem with the sentences itself. All right, not much and not always, only in a few places. So, like the very first sentence that you said was that I like to decorate flower pots in my house. What does that sentence essentially mean? Like you meant to say that I like to decorate my house with flower pots, right? That is
Yes,
what you
yes,
meant to say, I believe.
yes, yes,
And what
yes.
you ended
I
up saying was that I
want
like
to
to
decorate my
decorate flower
house with.
pots in, yeah. So you see what happened there. So you what you said meant you like to decorate flower pots. And how do you decorate flower pots? Like you can paint on flower pots, you can do beadwork on flower pots. That is decorating flower pots. But what you meant to say was that I like to decorate my house with flower pots. So that
Yes,
is a
yes,
very subtle difference in the placing of the word, but it makes a huge difference in the meaning. So the thing is that what you mean to say should be spoken in the correct way. Because what happens is you should never assume that the person who is listening will understand what you're thinking. You will have to make him understand what you're thinking, right? And the best way to do that is by language, any language for that matter. So try to think of what you mean to say and then put it in clear terms. Fine. So this is a small problem that you should address, which is think clearly and think what you're saying and what it means. Fine. Because what is going on in my brain, you won't be able to know until and unless I tell you exactly what is happening. Right?
right.
So apart from that, this problem occurred 2 to 3 times. So what I want you to do is that try to think consciously what is the meaning that comes out from your sentences. All right. So apart from this, you'd like to ask me anything else?
Where are you from?
I belong to Haryana, but I'm in Indore as of now.
And how was the
How about
situation
you?
over there?
Yeah, the situation actually the situation here is moderate. Like there are a lot of cases that are happening around, but yeah, everything at home is comfortable as of now.
Okay.
How
I'm
about you?
in,
Where are you from?
yes, I'm from Kolkata, and situation is
All
not
right.
very good. It's very, you may
Yeah,
say,
it's the same everywhere.
very terrible, intimidating year, I think. This year is also very terrible.
All right, all right. So
Very
I hope
panic
everything's
situation
fine at your
going.
end, like at your house. See,
Yes.
that's what, right? So what I believe this time has happened is that even though the cases are a lot, but the panic and the hysteria around the cases is so much that everyone's scared. It's not like we are panicking more than we should. Like, when we panic, we don't actually take the correct steps. We just get depressed, and then that leads to even more terrible scenes, right? So this is something that is happening this time. Apart from that, you're from Kolkata, right? Tomorrow election results. Are you
Yes,
excited
yes.
about it?
Little bit.
So,
Because I'm not
who
interested in
whom are you
politics.
expecting to come? You're not interested in politics. Did you vote?
Yes.
All right,
Uh,
so you voted. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. So then you might be
little,
excited about who will win tomorrow,
I
right?
think
All right.
Mamta will win.
So you're sure that she will come back to power? Like
I
there is a need to break the
Because of this
BJP
pandemic
hegemony, right?
situation.
All right. Hello.
Hello, yes. I can
Yeah.
hear. Hello.
All right. Yeah. So I didn't get your last sentence. What was the last sentence that you said?
I think in this pandemic situation, things are not really going well. I mean to say,
Yeah.
lockdown is must, but it's not taken by the government.
You see, last year when the government did a lockdown, people bashed the government for the lockdown. Then they said that they shouldn't have an all India lockdown. The state should have decided. Now states are getting to decide, and people are saying that center should put a lockdown. So that's a different thing. That's what happens at the top. How can we do? So we should do all we can do, right? We should take precautions. We should stay at home,
Yes, we are taking precautions.
wear a
Just
mask while going
home.
out. That's all we can do.
Things are not going well because
Yeah, we're stuck.
in my building already so many cases is there. So okay.
Yeah, that's one thing. Actually, like we don't live in an apartment, right? We don't live in an apartment, so I can imagine that apartments it would be bad because there's so many people living in such close proximity, and
Yes.
that actually is what the virus looks for. All right.
Today, yes,
And
today.
so what do you plan?
Mm. What you said?
Yeah, go ahead.
What you were
No, no,
saying?
first you say. I'll ask you later.
No, actually, today's topic was showing in my what traveling topic. I thought you will say about you want to ask
All right.
something about.
Do,
I also see your
do you
profile
want to
pic.
talk about traveling? Like,
I
yeah,
have seen
my
your
profile
profile
pic.
pic. I hope you are visiting
Yeah,
so
that's
many
from
places
Amarnath.
all over the world.
Actually, my father's in the army, so I've traveled a lot. I've traveled actually a
Oh,
lot. I've been to almost about 17, 18 states. So yeah. And before Indore, we were there in Srinagar. Last year, we were there in Srinagar. So that's where my heart is
same here.
at.
My father
Like
was also
I
in
love.
Navy. Hello.
All right, your father's in the yeah. So
My
that's
father was
something
also
good
in
that I got
Navy.
to know
Because
about
of
you.
that, I also travel a lot, so many places
All
near
right.
sea
Yeah.
areas, sea beaches. Yes.
All right. So which place did you like the most? Like wherever you have lived throughout.
I think Andaman Nicobar is very
Oh,
good place.
so you've
Very
been there as well.
yes.